Bienvenue chez Tim. Thanksgiving often brings back unhappy culinary experiences, largely memories of overcooked dry turkey and perhaps some watery mashed potatoes. Today's menu is going to be a contemporary take, not a traditional one, but will include many lovely items, including a take on pheasant under glass. Our gazpacho of honeydew melon begins with the normal gazpacho-like things. That would be some bell pepper that I've got green bell pepper and also some garlic there. We're using green colors, obviously. I'm putting that in a blender right now. And the next thing we want some tomatoes. And look at this beautiful heirloom tomato I've got. It's a shame to have to chop it up, but it must be chopped to go into the blender. I also have some scallions here, as opposed to using a red onion, which is what you would normally do. Let's get rid of the root ends of them. I think one more will do it. And just kind of give those a good chop too. And then the final thing would be honeydew melon, which I've already previously cubed here. So into the blender this goes. We begin with a low setting and then we'll move it up. This is now well liquefied. I'm adding some aged sherry vinegar to that. And with it a little bit of fleur de sel. And then it needs to be mixed. And then we'll strain this now through a fine mesh. To plate the soup, we'll just put the gazpacho in the bottom of this bowl. And then we have a little piece of peppered goat cheese. If you wanted to make this vegan, you could substitute tofu or some sort of non-dairy cheese, of which there are plenty on the market these days. And let's just decorate this with some flowers. There's a little bit of parsley. Our second course for Thanksgiving is the so-called millefeuille because it's in the shape of that kind of pastry you find in Paris. It used to be known as a Napoleon, and it's been changed with the times because of political correctness. Anyway, I'm beginning with a ripe avocado that I have here. I'm going to put just a few chives in with that. This really needs very little, perhaps just a couple of drops of lemon juice, and flakes of fleur de sel, and maybe even some extra virgin olive oil. And now I'm just going to mash that with a fork until it's not really a guacamole, it's just a smashed avocado. I have a mold that resembles a millefeuille, and to that I'm going to start with some red quinoa. That would be the first layer. And on top of that, shrimp. Those are red shrimp that come from Argentina or somewhere, and they're just really delightful. They taste like lobster. And I have a few grapefruit pieces. We can put that there. Kind of press that down a little bit. And then the guacamole, or whatever you want to call this, smashed avocado goes on top. Just like that. The next thing you do is clean the plate off. I'll do that while you're not watching. By waving a magic wand, the plate is perfectly clean. Now we're going to decorate a little bit. I have some pea puree. I think we'll start with that. Well, let's unmold it first. And I hope that we've got something that's going to stand. There. Now we'll decorate a little bit. This is lemon sauce. You know, I'm beginning to think this would be just as fine to do it this way. And finally, I also have some raspberry vinegar. And maybe just to top it, I have a lemon here that I made out of, a rose that I made out of a lemon peel. Well, that would work very well. So there is course number 2.